Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 38 of the regular season. Rangers win 3-0 over the San Jose Sharks. Oh boy, this is a pretty fun one for the New York Rangers. I said it in the last video that, super late night games that you lose are stupid, and ones that you win are really fun, and tonight's was really fun. So, there's good news going into the game, which is Igor Shesterkin is back. He came off the COVID list today. You get him back, you're all set. It's like, all right, cool. We got Chesty back. That's positive. And then the bad news comes because Alexis Lafreniere goes on to COVID protocol, which means the lines have kind of been destroyed. The top two lines are still pretty okay. Really, the top five at this point, I wouldn't say six, right? The first line is still intact. The second line was Panarin, Strome, and Barclay Goodrow. Cool. Then it was Alexis Lafreniere. And now you're down to Philip Hedl, who doesn't play wing. He's a centerman, now on the wing because we've been injured like insane amounts to this point. Meaning that now your fourth line is McKegg, Rooney, and Gettinger. And I'm just kidding. That's the third line now. Your actual fourth line is Greco, Morgan Barron, and Johnny Brodzinski. God help us. But hey, Nito Spaghetto positive, Brandon Schneider makes his NHL debut tonight, and I think it's kind of funny because before the game, there was the video on Twitter that was posted by the Rangers where I don't remember which Ranger said it to him, but said, "No pressure, it's just the NHL." I think he took that advice to heart. But I am getting way too far ahead of myself. First, we got to start in the first period where Ryan Strome takes a penalty and the Rangers are on the penalty kill. And this was one of the funniest shorthanded goals I've seen in general, right? This was just comical. So, face off the penalty. This isn't, midway through the penalty kill. This is off the face off to start the PK. Mika wins the face off. Adam Fox fights for the puck and wins it. Gives it to Chris Kreider. Chris Kreider gives it to Mika Zibanejad. He takes it up along the boards into the offensive zone. A beautiful pass through the stick and leg of Brett Burns. Kreider is left wide open. He shoots. He scores. It's 1-0 Rangers. The Rangers looked significantly better on the penalty kill during this little event than the Sharks did on the power play. The Rangers outscored them on the penalty kill versus their power play, which is also a funny thing that I wanted to mention. This was a beautiful play by everyone. Mika, a perfect pass. I mean, that was tape to tape. It wasn't quite a no-look pass, but it was definitely a deceitful pass where the goaltender had a hard time trying to read it, and so did clearly the defender. Rangers up 1-0. Beautiful. And that's Kreider's 22nd of the night, who, Chris Kreider, named to the All-Star team, along with Adam Fox. Igor Shesterkin wasn't. Why? Nothing really happens for the rest of the first period. They looked good. It was a solid first period of hockey by the New York Rangers. Then the second period comes, and once again, the Rangers are looking pretty solid, right? You're happy. You're content with it. And then, 7 minutes left, the San Jose Sharks played into the Rangers area to take a shot on goal, and why is it always Shesterkin? Why does it keep happening? Why does it keep happening to Igor Shesterkin, right? First week of December, he gets injured. He's out for a few weeks. He's finally looking like he's going to come back. And then the National Hockey League goes into that, weird delay where it's we're not stopping the season, but we're pausing for a break for Christmas, mostly because of COVID. And he's like, all right, well, I would have been back, but it's fine. Then he comes back for 3 games, looks meh to bad against the Florida Panthers, pretty okay against the Lightning the first time in Tampa, insane on the shootout, and then goes back to MSG and plays one of the best games of his career against the Lightning, where he shuts them out 4-0. And you're like, all right, Igor Shesterkin is back, baby, let's go. And then he's like, back to the COVID list, I'm gone again. You finally get him back tonight, and in the first game, he gets hit. Thankfully, he wasn't injured. He was okay, but man, what? Can we stop trying to injure Shesterkin, guys? So, third period starts, Rangers come out looking pretty darn good, relatively early on, before 2 minutes into the third. Rangers have it in the offensive zone, Sharks start to clear it out, Panarin does a keep-in, a very nice play by Artemi Panarin. He would not get an assist on this play, but was the starter of said play. He passes it over to Philip Hedl, he passes it to Ryan Strome. Strome goes behind the net into the trapezoid, waits, passes back out in front to Brandon Schneider, through a couple of Sharks defenders, and the Sharks all do the same thing that you're not supposed to do in a situation like this, which is puck watch. Schneider, in his NHL debut, a snipe and a half. Beautiful shot. Was left pretty wide open, by the way, but still a gorgeous play, a gorgeous goal for Brendan Schneider. Not too bad for his first NHL game. And the Rangers take a 2-0 lead. And that was pretty much it. With under 30 seconds to play, Kreider got an empty netter to ice the game. That made it 3-0, obviously, his second of the game. 23rd on the season. Kreider might compete for a Rocket Richard, guys. I'm just putting it out there. He's doing pretty darn good. He played well tonight. Really, I thought the first line was the big thing tonight, not including Shesterkin, who I'll talk about in a moment. The first line looked good, and boy, it is a good thing they did, because no one else did. The second line was meh. The third and fourth line, they were not that good. I don't recall. Did they have any shots on goal? So, point of reference, the bottom six had 8 shots on goal. Kreider had 6. Whew, yeah, we need our guys back from the COVID protocol. Kreider obviously played well, 2 goals, one of them being empty net, but still pretty darn good. I thought Mika Zibanejad had a very, very good game, sort of lost in translation because he only had an assist, but man, he looked great. He was flying all over the ice, dipsy doodling quite a few Sharks to try to make chances. I thought he played fantastic, and man, Mika is back, and I'm very excited to say that. I think we can sort of undoubtedly say that to this point. He's looking pretty darn good. But man, outside of the top 3, really just the first line. The second line was fine, but man, once you got down to the third and fourth lines, we looked scarily bad. It was rough. Defensive wise, you give up 38 shots. I'm not going to praise you defensively. I thought you were okay. I didn't feel too many of them were really, high danger shots, but still 38 shots. I'm never going to be too optimistic about the defense when you allow that many. I thought Fox played fine, but that's sort of the prerequisite with Adam Fox. I don't think I'm really, breaking any new ground there. Trouba took a couple of penalties tonight. Not the best. 9 penalty minutes for Jacob Trouba, which is a little higher than you'd like to see, but hey, we won. And now, the star of the show, Igor Shesterkin. In his return, after missing some time with COVID, a 38-save shutout. Man, oh man, is it nice to have Igor Shesterkin back. Alexander Georgiev did great, filling in for Igor Shesterkin. He was fantastic. But the thing with our goaltending tandem is you could give the Rangers a top 10 goaltender, not named Igor Shesterkin, and it's still a slight downgrade, because Shesterkin is playing like a top 3 goaltender, and debatably top 2. You could even, if you really want to argue it, maybe get him as high as 1. He is easily competing for a Vezina this season. There's no way around it. He's played wonderfully. And yeah, Georgiev played great, but Shesterkin's just on another level right now. In his past 2 games, separated by a couple weeks due to, COVID protocol, he records a 38-save shutout, and then a 38-save shutout. Oh, man. That's insane. 76 shots in the past 2 games for Igor Shesterkin. No goals. Shesty, man. He's insane this year. And with tonight's game, Igor Shesterkin lowers his goals against average to sub 2. 199, baby. Add on top of that a 939 save and the highest goals saved above expected according to Money Puck in the league. And you have a goaltender who is just on a different level right now with Igor Shesterkin. We went from Henrik to Igor like that. Oh, that's pretty funny. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have for the game. Rangers, just a very nice game by Igor Shesterkin. The rest of them, it was fine. But man, Shesterkin shined tonight after not being named to the All-Star team, by the way. I guess after that, he just decided I'm going to go scorch the earth against the San Jose Sharks, which, works for me. And I can happily say this also. That's the last 10 o'clock game on this road trip. We're not done with the road trip. We got one more. We're in Philly Saturday, but The 10 and 10:30 games are done, at least for right now. A normal 7 p.m. start time, can you believe it? I almost forgot what it looked like to only see a single digit in the hour column. Anyway, that game is again Saturday. It's against the Flyers, and I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. So, that is all I have to say for the evening. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.